Well, I guess I'm a review channel now. Change is something we all fear, because if handled poorly, it can lead to utter disaster. But if handled correctly, it can be something that keeps things fresh over the years. Why do I bring this up? Because it is this arc that would change SMG4's channel for better or for worse. So now, I'm going to review the series of episodes otherwise known as the Waluigi arc. So something interesting about this is that it wasn't meant to be an arc in the first place. It was just meant to be a one-off video of how Waluigi is in Smash. So yeah, it's a standard enough SMG4 video, at least until near the end, where we see...
Para todo trabajo, tudo. Mario!
So yeah, he uses his new rejection powers to try and get into Smash Bros. And for a split second he makes it in, but then he loses his rejection powers, which is how he got in, so it's a you win, you lose kind of deal there. So yeah, he gets kicked off the roster again, but he vows revenge or something. And at that time, people thought that was the end of it. I mean, SMG4 has done cliffhanger jokes before, so what made this one any different? So anyway, flash forward a couple weeks later and we get the next technical episode in the arc, the T-pose virus. Oh yeah, that was a meme. So yeah, the basic plot of that episode is that there's this T-pose virus going around that causes everyone to be, you guessed it, stuck in a T-pose and all that. And, you know, they're all saved in the end and whatnot. Again, pretty standard SMG4 stuff, until we see who was behind the virus.
Here! Do it! Delicious!
Yes! And the gears of intrigue are in motion. So over the next few episodes we get little teases of Waluigi planning his revenge on the world. Oh yeah, and Tari gets introduced or whatever. So anyway, one day we get a new SMG4 video. It's a Saw parody. Once again, standard SMG4 stuff, except for Luigi dying.
Luigi!
Well, okay, he doesn't actually die, he just gets swept away in some kind of orange liquid. And then we get the reveal of who was behind it all.
Will you be my friend?
No, so much no!
1,000 times no! Okie dokie.
With Mario giving him the last bit of rejection power he needed, he is now fully charged and prepares his revenge on humanity. So anyway, later down the line, Wario rescues Mario by accident, and they become scam artists or something. That happens. Oh, and Luigi's found. That's good. But yeah, what really gives this video its substance is that Wario comes to terms with losing his brother, and heads off on a journey to find him. Then there's an episode of Bob running a carnival, and really the only thing interesting I can say about this one is that it came before the scam artist one, so that kinda caused a little mix-up in the scheduling, I guess. But now it's time for the action to start rising, and it begins with the Mario convention. Now once again, this starts off as your everyday SMG4 video, but at this point you should know never to trust the videos that seem like your everyday SMG4 videos. Mario tries to kidnap Hiro Kojima or something, when suddenly...
Waluigi died.
Mamma mia!
Oh my gosh, I can't believe what just happened. What's gonna happen next? The weakest video in this arc. That's what's gonna happen next. So yeah, when you build up Waluigi having an army, having control of Master Hand, what do you expect to happen? Maybe Peach rounds up all her toads to fight off the evil? Maybe SMG3 trying to dethrone Waluigi to be the evilest guy? You know, some kind of fight, something big, something epic, maybe Steve coming in as Super Steve? Nope, it's just SMG4 and Mario just driving to the convention. I mean, they have one fight with Psycho making her first appearance as a good person. Technically, yep, this is most of the video, folks. Oh yeah, and Tari's still at the convention, and you know, she hugs Maggie. It's supposed to be dramatic, but you know, SMG4 has yet to master the dramatic scenes, but it's not much. I'm getting too caught up on that. So anyway, with some kind of contact with her NES controller and Waluigi's staff that he now has, she can now use her NES controller to take control of people. This could lead to some interesting fight scenes, but for now we get a Fortnite dance. So yeah, they're about to grab the staff, but Waluigi pulls aside no and grabs it himself, and grabs Psycho with Master Hand. And, you know, Tari, who now has the ability to control Master Hand, could be helping here, but she decides to not show up for the rest of the episode. Yeah, anyway, she gets T-posed, and then Waluigi reveals everyone else who got T-posed, who honestly should have been in this video, but okay. So yeah, Waluigi opens a portal, and SMG4 and Mario go through. And it's that time of year again. This episode is dedicated to be the new War of the Fat Italians for 2018. And I mean, it's Watfi. Like, how can this be bad? It's great. So anyway, we come to the final challenge where SMG4 and Mario have to face off head-to-head in a battle to the death. But just when all hope seems lost, we see... Well, wait a minute, when did you get here? Didn't the portal close behind them? Like, wasn't that a one-way ride? How did you... Oh, brother. Okay, so after the confusing plot hole there, we get a good fight scene, and where Atari wins and knocks the rod out of Waluigi's hand and breaks it. That somehow, like, frees everyone. And I mean, good thing breaking the magical object freed them, because if it didn't do that, then she may have just doomed everyone for eternity there. But yeah, anyway, everyone is freed, and we get the tradition of Watfi, a rap battle. And it's great, don't get me wrong, but nothing is gonna top 2017's. Yeah, anyway, Wario comes in, he tries to talk some sense into Waluigi, that doesn't work. So SMG3 comes in because fans wanted him in this arc, so they put him in here last minute instead of getting Dr. Phil in here. He saves the day for everyone, he gets a reward for it later, that's good for him, and the arc ends.
What? Are you serious? Is this how we're ending the arc?
Whew. So at the end of the day, is this a good arc? You're darn right it is. Sure, it had its weak points, but it was always so exciting to see what happened next in the story, even if it was anticlimactic at some points. But yeah, it was a real entertaining story that had me coming back every week. Real great. And yeah, it's the best arc out of the three. Maybe I should review the other two.